Hello everybody, welcome to our show. We're back, and as you know, we try to make sure we have different categories and touch everything about life. And right now, we could say for the last 30, 40 years, rap has been something that's constant in our community all over the world. So of course, I am just so thrilled to have rapper Jay. Give us your full name and give the people, let them know who you are.
My name is Jay Arroyo. I'm from the 845 New York, which is a southern tier of upstate New York.
Okay.
I've been rapping for about 14 years. I would say about 6 actually, like investing in my craft and actually taking it serious.
Okay.
I've performed at like Webster Hall. I've been on like cool platforms like maybe like a World Star Hip Hop a few times and things like that. But other than that, I've just been working and trying to chase my dream.
All right. And that is a great dream. Listen, so you told me that. 15 years, and that's a long time. Who are the artists that you say come together in the time as you recollect that really got you interested in this rapping, this sophisticated rap, in this world where people can just literally say what's on their mind and speak it out in dialogue and conversation, but to a beat?
To me, I would say like Joe Budden.
Okay.
Or the late great Stack Bundles.
Okay.
Which passed away. He was from Queens, Far Rockaway.
Okay.
Those were mainly my influences. It's more introspective rap, more like reality. It has its ups and downs, the bad and the good, but I always related to it. The good side of life, the bad side of life. I had a very up and down kind of life, and I think that's the best way to make music because not everybody relates to the success, but I feel like everyone relates to the struggle.
Yep. The struggle is real. That's certainly deep.
Is.
So no, I can feel that. And on your spiritual side, that's the deep inside the matter, the heart of the matter, where you really are in your heart. Where do you think you'll be in like 5 years from now? Taking a look at, you know, what you've been going through and what is your dream? What are you going to actually create as opposed to, you know, moving forward to the future? Another what? 25, 30 songs, 50 songs? How do you see that going down?
In the next 5 years, I'll probably have way more than that. But
okay.
As far as success is concerned, like I don't want to be a Jay-Z or somebody on like the upper echelon of hip-hop. I just want to be able to actually do what I love to do every day and make a living off of it. So whether that's like $80,000 a year, I don't want to be like B.E.T. famous or anything like that. I just want to be able to wake up every day and feel satisfied and do what I love to do every day.
All right. And tell me, I know that you, because of your military background, so I know that you've been around the world already. You know what I mean?
I've been in 30 countries, yeah.
Oh, wow. And that's
give or take.
Yeah, and that's amazing. But is there any particular country where you would like to just put your feet, Jay, put your feet on that soil, sit back and grab your pen or whatever way you do it, your phone, whatever?
If I could go back anywhere, it would be a little island. I would compare it to like the Puerto Rico of America, but it's like the Puerto Rico of Africa. It's called Seychelles.
Okay.
The people are just amazing. It's very friendly. I don't feel any ulterior motives from the people. It's just very natural. People living simply, but also it's like you would be that happy if you seen that place. And anywhere in the world would be Seychelles. Okay.
And that would inspire something that would come from the heart. So that would be more of a humanistic kind of like value music, rap. It wouldn't have anything that you would expose out to the community or to the world as any negativity, because that just brings sunshine to you. That kind of environment just feels so peaceful, and you're at ease. And if you were thinking about a hellish kind of a place, where would that be?
Hellish, you said?
Yeah. If you felt like that's the demons and everything, well, you really would have to curse and really curse and carry on. Well, where would that be? Where would that land be?
Probably New York, unfortunately, and this is where I'm from. And, I hate saying something like that because I'm from here, and it makes people think like where we're from is bad. But if you read articles, it's like one of the top 10 like most miserable places on earth. Granted, we're not miserable, but it is very cutthroat. It is a very aggressive environment. If you move other places like down south, you would realize that the way we act is a lot different, and that's why they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, because here, on the other kind of socially, well, we're in a melting pot, so we have all kind of cultures, so there's nothing that is far from our vision. It's nothing that we can't taste the food, have the drink, and be able to relate right here, right now, that reality sense. It's not like, you know, we know that some things basically here and there, but with the way we have business from a world-friendly position, so we can get, New York has everything. So we can go in those stores to get that special kind of food, the special spices, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem all negative. Like, I love where I'm from. It's just the communication style is very confrontational and aggressive. But I also like it because it's very straight to the point. You don't really have to question people sometimes because for the majority of the part, they're being who they say they are. That's what I like about New York.
I like that too. And you also have a voice that you're really able to instruct and teach the youth. That's very powerful. And because rap is, in a sense, to the new generation, it's like poetry. People would classify, you know, poetry years ago as poems and poetry, but rap is really a symbolical way of the poetry in a new generation. It's something that is winning awards now. You can get awards in it and everything. You know what I mean?
It came a long way. We're like the biggest genre right now.
Yeah, so that right there is, it's not excluded anymore. You had a long time ago. You know, the only people that would even give them any kind of support at all was the jazz personnel. People like that, Miles Davis and all of these people that had this vision, this visionary concept of, you know, why not? We could do bop and we could do skit and we could do that. Then why not? You know, why not try something and see if this in the new world, if the kids will go for it? Which they just took to it like rice and gravy.
Yeah, it took a long time. I think from like maybe mid-90s till now, it's became what it became, and a lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people sacrificed a lot of things for hip hop to be where it is right now.
Yeah, they did. They lost a lot. And why do you think that? Because it really started out as being a peaceful entity, don't you think?
I think it's just the culture of maybe minority communities. I don't like to speak like that because I feel like every race has their thing, but I feel like the Spanish and black communities sometimes, like, we had it harder, like coming from other countries or coming out of slavery and trying to create a life in what people would quote unquote say white America. So maybe like in the Bronx where it started back in the day, we started with little resources and then making reality music when the Bronx was on fire or through police brutality, which still is nowadays. And then it became us speaking where we're from and our lifestyles that wasn't really accepted mainstream from maybe like a suburban perspective because they live a white picket fence lifestyle, and that was the streets.
Yeah, and another thing was that kind of foul language and that kind of stuff back in the old-fashioned days wasn't tolerated, wasn't accepted.
At all.
Yeah, so you couldn't do it. So that means that you have to gather with your friends that you're making this music with and secretly do it like an underground situation. You can't do it out in the open because the chances are the neighbor or somebody would call the police to send somebody over to, you guys would get arrested. That kind of profanity in the street and that kind of conversation that children going by or playing out could hear, that kind of thing, and unacceptable. So we've come a long ways, and now that we have social media and that kind of drive and that kind of force, where do you see yourself situated with that social media and that kind of drive and that kind of force and spirit?
I think it gave anyone like a platform to speak their mind, whether right or wrong. Maybe someone who isn't mature enough or hasn't found themselves, they have an opportunity to express their opinion, right or wrong. And I mean, it creates controversy amongst whoever. Anything you say is gonna cause like a little problem with someone who disagrees with you. But as far as music is concerned, I think it's great because now everyone has an outlet to express themselves. And I mean, I think people gravitate towards people that they actually like confine in or enjoy what they're talking about. So it gave people like more access to become great if they didn't. Like me, I'm from a small town. Without the internet, I probably wouldn't even exist. I'd have to come to a big city like this, you know what I mean?
But so you have to rap there in your town. Don't the people go out, like say, there's a time to get out? I know upstate used to be like when I was going to college upstate, like years ago, but I know that it was, you know, they used like a regular bar where they maybe you could shoot some pool or something like that was a getaway where they would have like the DJ booth and somebody to talk, hip-hop and line. But now we've matured in such a way that we actually have nice clubs that you can get out there and do. Or when the youth get together and say, well, we're going to throw a party, well, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to come up with so forth, and we're going to get make that arrangement. I don't suspect any different from when the old rock clubs used to get together and go to a place at CBGB's or some other place, you know, and all put together the people in the band and put out what they needed to have the place. That then they wouldn't have the alcohol or whatever, because the club, of course, is to make that. But they could have whatever that surcharge is. They're gonna get, you know, out of that $25, they're gonna get like 15 for the, you know, for the, or 20 for the thing, and then the house would get the extra change, and of course all the bar and all anything else that goes on like that, they control that. But then they could come out doing pretty well for themselves with the place being packed, the whole concert, even though
I believe that.
You know what I mean?
I meant more like on a bigger scale, like trying to be like a Jay-Z. We don't have those things yet.
Okay.
We recently had Partisan Fontaine on the B.E.T. Awards. That's probably one of the first like big looks my area ever had. That's why I said the internet was so powerful.
Yes, it is.
But I'm not saying he made it strictly off the internet, but that's why I feel like nowadays people from Wyoming or smaller places that aren't in LA or New York, I feel like now they can make it, and that's great.
Yeah, because now too also, you can also go to the big community universities and get their approval to host one night that you're going to have this amazing rap show and get all the youth, you know, stimulated. And, you know, just like the university is good for collecting something powerful and making it super powerful, whereas all the other universities would connect and go. Because that's what you have, and that's where you can go without having to, say, drive all the way to New York or fly all the way to Chicago or fly to California. So it's cheaper, and it's a voice that you're making, and it's a history, it's a statement that you're putting right there in Medford, New York. You know what I mean? Which would be, of course, one of the dreams that, I mean, I would hope that you would have, like the stadium or wherever, the thing, or the big football field with a college play, you know, something that's amazing, and then the halftime, you know, something.
So basically work with what you got. You don't necessarily have to be from a big city to do it.
Well, that way you have footage, and you have material, and you have the kind of thing that you can take to the so-and-so stadium or so-and-so forth. You know what I mean? I'm thinking more in that lines, but, or is that too old-fashioned? You tell me, because you,
I don't think that's old-fashioned at all.
Okay.
I think that is necessary as well as keeping an internet presence.
Yeah, because that internet presence, but then the thing that really sells, I mean, I think though, is that when you're actually doing live,
I believe that.
Showing up, you know, showing up live and start with your tour. Now it's hectic. How can you remember all of these things that you're writing and creating? Each day you come across something and you write it down, and then you put the beat behind it and you find the right beat. And you've been doing this for 15 years. How can you remember what your first track 15 years ago when you created something and like what you just maybe made like two or 3 months ago? I mean, this is a heavy job. This is serious.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it like that, I'm just a very like selfish person, so I listen to my music all day. So I'm just always in tune with what I'm doing, unfortunately, because some people will look down on things like that, but I listen to myself all day, critiquing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Making it better and having it for different shows. Sometimes a live tape of it. Sometimes the one commercial that you putting out there on the radio and so forth. And sometimes a special one for somebody that's close to you, intimate to you. Like when you make a rap about your girlfriend or your significant other, whoever that is. That's deep. That's deep penetrating to the heart. So then I'm sure that all of these things come together. You know what love means to you, or even if it's something about somebody you really love, your mom or your dad, or you know, family, you know what I mean? You know, so just that kind of thing, it's just got to be amazing. But it has to be a lot of work and thought put into that.
Yes,
I mean, it's not an easy business. Sometimes it could take you, what, a week to create something, or even a month?
To create, not for me, but I just fall in love with the process of, like, the working part, like doing things like this or doing shows. That's the harder part for me. Like, the creating the actual art, that's pretty easy to me if I'm by myself and people just get. And
if you have peace and quiet.
Yeah.
There has to be a type of environment that you have to, that you're accustomed to in order for you to really think and create these kind of things. Can't be with all this noise and people calling you every minute. Yeah, people calling you every minute or this and that.
I would prefer to be left alone, by myself.
And that's soothing. What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm a cusp baby on Scorpio.
Okay. That's a good, and they are creative, you know, so that's a good thing.
So legend has it,
yeah.
I believe it.
And very deep, you know, very deep emotional lovers, you know, very deep. When you're good, but don't you mess up with a Sag or a Scorpio, because they don't play.
It's black and white.
That's about it. Yeah, they don't play. So no, that's good. And so when is the best time for you to sit down and feel Jay? When Jay just sits down after a long day's work or whatever, when do you really feel Jay? Like in your inner being, like
I'm one of those people, like, I couldn't wake up at 7 in the morning.
Okay.
Like, I could wake up at 7 at night and stay up all night. And I like to record or create my music between 7 in the morning till like noon time. So it's kind of strange, but that's just how my body operates.
All right, no, and that's great because it's soothing for you. It's soothing for you, and that means that well, studio life and staying up late and staying up all night is, people would say, is more difficult than going during the day, because you have to acquire yourself for that. You have to have extra stamina for that. So you know, you're 100% worker in this business, Jay. That's what you just told me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, and I can tell you that our time is almost up, so we're not going to have enough time to really get into, you know, your music and let us sample like a lot of your stuff, but we can bring you back, so we can definitely do that.
Copy, no problem.
So that this part 1 was amazing, and I thank you for it. But I know part 2 will be just as good, because there's so many questions that I could still ask and that people would want to know out there. Give them your information, your contact, your email, your Instagram, whatever it is that you work with.
You can reach me on any platform. Is JAY_ARROYO845. And mostly I release my stuff on Facebook. It's called Jay's Music Corner, because I also do a blog, but that's like my main platform. But you can reach me on all social media platforms based off of that. Okay. And I'm available. My new album, Ubiquitous, is on every streaming platform, Tidal, Apple Music, anything you can name of if you want to listen to some music. All right. Well, I'm going to definitely have to check it out, because you are amazing. I thank you again. And what will you tell these people about what rap song would you come up for them to tell them how important it is to be a part of making America better? Should they get out there and vote? What do you think about that? I don't think I'm the right person to ask that. Okay. I would say go out and vote if that's like what you're really into. I don't vote personally, so I wouldn't like to share that opinion. Okay. You know what I mean? All right. But I think it's important to choose your commander-in-chief. All right. Well, you're in the service. I don't personally. Okay. Well, I want them to vote, but I want them to be able to be at least educated on the point like you. Well, you're rapping, so you have a way to tell them. And we here, we love you, we thank you. Mr. Jay was awesome. He's going to come back and share some more songs and some more about what life means to him from a rapping perspective. Is that right, sir? That's correct. Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me. No, I appreciate you being here. And, you know, thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching this interview portion of the Real Self Talk episode with Sylvia Gina Hunt, and now watch a music video by Jay Arroyo called Talking to Myself. Enjoy.
Just lost in them. They don't see shit the way I see it. Yeah. Must have forgot. We ain't battling for the same spot. Attention, I ain't never need credit. Losses that I took, I just charge it to my debit. They need a new flow, I let them mastermind. Behind the scenes, I'm a mastermind. These writers is biters, I'm all above them. Reason is they don't see like me. So tell my brother I'm proud of him. Just never wanted you to be like me. I paint pictures of the world I see, but my heart ain't as ugly as this world I'll leave. And why she wanna argue with me, taking pictures with bitches in designer jeans. I asked them how they doing. They told me some dumb shit, I laughed. Then they asked me the same question. I sat there and bragged. Your life is going nowhere fast. Man, I don't even know why I asked. Simple don't appease me. What's a good woman when I can't even please me? Maybe that's the issue. I would cry, but Jay, where that's gonna get you? I sit in my room and I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind I hear my conscience call. I let the shit ring until the voicemail. The mailbox was full. Oh well. And unfortunately, living poorly is the story that I tell. I wrote this book, but I won't read it. I love my life, but I don't need it. God worship a born sinner. Hope he brought some holy water in the cross with you. My soul needs cleansing, but f it, I'm too rebellious. More money, more b****s. With all the women I know, f with broke niggas. As I get older, more shit that I peep, or more shit I wish I couldn't see. Read between the lines. Gotta starve the ego and feed the mind. Cat and mouse fame, a chess game. I stayed the same and watch everybody else change. The humble owl always goes unbothered. Well, I've been watching and nobody got it. Harsh realities, common sense is telling me that competition ain't competent. And mommy giving me lip. Meter, I don't speak that shit, bitch, please. I just feel like I'm talking to myself, huh?
Thanks for watching this music video by Jay Arroyo, and now check out his song called Under the Radar from his Ubiquitous EP. Enjoy.
Yeah. Samples got your bitch dancing. She say, Jay, I love you, but I can't stand you. I told her that I love her, but I can't chance it. You got too many feelings that you can't manage. I mean, after all the second guessing, I learned people hate the answer, but they love the question. Looking for acceptance gets you sloppy seconds. And if you get lost, take your own directions. Life or death in this culture that we came in. Deep down in my heart, that's where the pain lives. Whether I'm drunk or sober, it's the same shit. They say all I need is love, but that ain't it. If I could do it all over, take the same risk. I want the money, but I question where the fame fits. Instead, I'm living through the changes. Damn, I never wanted to be famous.
One thing that I learned is to lay low.
Only difference in love and hate, the shit that cause it. Whether niggas and bitches on it, figure all this. Aim stiff as a prick in office, rigor mortis. Ain't sick, but I get the coffin, different corpses. DB Cooper loose, my own rules. PD Trooper snoop, we don't snooze. See, we used to living alone through not having much going for what we going through. Can't tell me what to do, what to say. I just know I ain't no puppet, I pull the strings. People will fill you with malicious feelings. How shallow the hero and deep is the villain. Don't want the fame, we need gold in the shillings. Won't haunt my name when my soul is revealing. Told them I'm rare, preach hope over religion, cause home is somewhere between the floor and the ceiling.
One thing that I learned is to lay low. So far
the question if I told you so? I guess they'll always doubt me, but they know I know. Threw me in the ring when I was never showed the ropes. Quick question, have you ever sold your soul? So how could you ever question the intuition and great visions and who really paint pictures with no fake feelings, who speak about the pain and never play victim? You could either ride a wave or you could change with it. You could utilize your time or you could play with it. We ain't the same. My favorite part's the part that they doubt. Then they get big-headed, start running their mouth. Yes, God body, I was God chosen. God by me, I was God's notice. Go viral if I got punched in the face, but they never pay attention to a word that I say. Jay.
One thing that I learned is to lay low under the radar, under the radar. I always end up getting so far.
B.E.A.T